Well, what have we got here? Kids ATV. Looks like it's been abused. Wow. What do you think, Carl?
It ain't got no gas in it.
I think it's a little more than that. Let's bring it in the shop and take a look at it.
You got a spider web.
Yeah. Glad you got that out of there.
Marcy, what do in this ball book? See? But how I sit on that, you know?
How do you sit on it?
Yeah.
We'll have to get a seat for it.
That's it. Whoops. It's coming off.
Oh no.
Okay, keep going.
It's easier.
Yeah, it's coming out now, huh?
That's
we can
cool.
See, it. See, it's all right there.
Wow.
That's better, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's a lot easier.
See, Mom.
Let's see.
Wow. Whoa, look at the wires.
Yep. All right, well, we got the plastics off of it. We got a jump box hooked up. It's directly to the starter. I'm gonna put 12 volts to it and see if we can get it to turn over. Uh-oh. Somebody's stuck. Sitting around with no spark plug out in the rain might have something to do with that. Something happened. Let me get a little more leverage. All right, a lot of little bolts, simple, you know, you can obviously see which ones come out. Took those out, and I've got the stator, magneto, what have you. And there's the chain drive for the starter. And gonna put the big dog on there. I got it to move a little bit with a long-handled 1/4 inch. But it is turning. I can turn it by hand. That's not bad at all. So let's see this way. Yeah, it's turning over fine. All right, I got the box hooked up. If you can see that real tight on the starter, the bolt, the hot bolt there. You got to be real careful it doesn't touch. And then of course grounded down there. So we're going to turn it over. Yeah, seems fine. Hey, we got a whopping 24 pounds. I think I need to look a little deeper here in these valves and see what's going on. All right, let's see what kind of valve movement we got here. Maybe go from there. And they're both moving. That one's got a little play. Like 3/1000ths. Let's see about this one here. Exhaust valve. I don't think they're too tight. Yeah, there's about 6/1000ths on the bottom. Maybe 3 or 4 on the top. Alright, I put a little transmission fluid in there. Let's see what we got now. I think we got a ring problem. Let's see. Alright. Alright, now we're getting 70 pounds, 65, 70 pounds. That's not enough, but it is on the way up. if I can get it to crank and run and warm up, it might settle those rings a little bit if that's the issue. All right, I went through the wiring harness and found a comparable harness with the starter relay and the CDI and the kill switch and the handlebar and everything, you know, handlebar switch. Well, it's a week later, and look what showed up. We got all kinds of goodies. Spark plug. I assume that fits. This looks like a voltage regulator, possibly. Where's this at? Probably the CDI. It comes with a handlebar kill switch and a little doodad to hook around your wrist or whatever. Kill switch. We got keys. They look like they fit right in there where the other ones were. Same plug. And we've got a starter relay. That was missing. We got a coil with the cap, of course. We've got the kill switch, light switch, this and that switch, all ready to plug in. And then we've got a wiring harness with all the goodies. So let's see how this all fits. All right, we'll cut to a couple weeks later. The stator got lost in the mail, but it's here now. I had to rewire it to match this wiring harness, so I had to put these plugs on it. It had one of these that didn't match, but no problem. I watched some videos from Praska Boys Garage, shown here. This guy is really good at explaining this stuff, and he's got multiple videos talking about wiring these things and rebuilding the engines and what have you. Well, I got it all wired up right. Everything works. I got spark. Hallelujah. But this thing still doesn't have enough compression to fire over. I got spark. I sprayed some Go Juice down in here and didn't even get a pop out of it. So this motor's coming off. I'm going to pull the head off of it and we'll take a peek in there and see what's going on. I'll do a pressure check to see if it's leaking through the valves or the rings. I've got a little pressure tester that screws into the spark plug hole. Well, there you go. Took about 5 minutes to pull that out. Disconnected the power line here, unplugged the stator wires and all those wires, ground wire, and check out this carburetor, huh? See what you think. And I already dumped all the powder out of it. It was completely slap full of powder. And another $15 to get us a brand new one. I'm not even going to think about playing with that. But yeah, let's pull his head off. Get in there and see what's going on. First, I'm going to put a little pressure test on it. See if I can hear what's leaking. Not really getting any noise out of there. We got some stuck rings, I think. Check this out. Then I noticed the exhaust valve. Put my finger in there. A little bit of air coming out of there, but totally past the rings. Okay, going in. Huh. Wow, these things are so simple. I got this thing apart in like 5 minutes. I mean, yeah, we've got rust in there. I'm sure the valve seats are a mess. So if I don't get a head for it, I'll lap those in real clean. But here's the problem. These rings are, well, the oil ring's not stuck, but the compression and the center ring are stuck in the grooves in the lands, you know. So And I tried all kinds of cringy things to get these rings loose. Like I say, the oil ring's free. These two, I've heated this, I've quenched it, I sprayed it, I pried on it. I tapped on one side of the rings where they were sticking out and worked it around to see if it would come to the union where they meet. And it's just pinched down tight as could be. It's locked in there. I think we'll have to get a new piston and rings. Maybe just get a top end kit. Yeah, these are, this is the exhaust valve. They're not terrible. I mean, for sitting all that time. Not pretty either. They're going to be nice to be lapped in. That's the exhaust, and this is the intake. Not terrible, but it'll definitely benefit. Get lapped in and clean out that combustion chamber. Well, needless to say, went ahead and got the kit. Got the piston, rings, pin, all that, gaskets. There it is, partially installed. I'm not going to go through this whole install business. You can see that anywhere. And a new cylinder head. Not messing around. I tried lapping those in. They didn't look good. So went ahead and got a brand new head. It was cheap enough, 40 bucks or something like that, a little less maybe. And it went together well. Everything's torqued down and ready to go. We're going to check it out. Well, look at that. Right off the bat, 135 pounds compression. Look at that beauty. New cylinder head, new piston, rings, everything, new jug. Slap that thing in there. Yeah, there's 2 bolts holding it in. It's a piece of cake. Basically, run a couple of bolts in, crank down, get everything together. Piece of cake. All right, we're going to see if this thing fires up. Let's move it. All right, let's get this tank off. That's cute, isn't it? Boy, it smells like something, but it's not gas. I do not know what that smells like. I've never smelled anything like it. Let's get these off, get some new lines on here, flush this tank out, put it back on. All right, let's see if it's gonna pay off. We got fuel, we got an oil change. I just changed the oil. And let's see if we can get this thing to bark a little bit. Key on, all right, crank. Whoa. We've got fire. I think it's flooded. Success. You know what? I think I'm going to close this video out right here. It's alive and it's ready to go. I mean, of course, got to tinker with the carburetor a little bit, get an exhaust on it, and then move on to the rest of the stuff. We got throttle, we got brakes, we've got all kinds of stuff. So I'm really psyched. It runs. It's finally there, and we're going to end this one right here. It's been long enough, that's for sure. So there it is. It's alive. Thanks for watching.